जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम 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 जय राम जय जय ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम
कुछ लोग आए
जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय
I'll take the picture. He said he already read that
श्री
portion.
राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री 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 राम जय राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय 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 जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम. हरि ओम to everybody.
हरिओम प्रणाम स्वामीजी.
प्रणाम 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 प्रणाम. हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम. Yes, what is the topic?
कर्म संभवी आगामी प्रारब्ध.
അതിനാലല്ല എന്താ കാര്യം? Why not we set ourselves on a process? Those are all academic, technical.
Yes.
So that's not going to help us, accepting to know intellectually. Elaborately we can discuss. Now it is high time we do it in our own way. This unknowingly, our process gets halted unknowingly because we try to bring their version, here version, so many things. Whereas our masters did not attempt to do any of these things, then they set themselves on a process. Initially, our mind will be inquisitive to know, to gather, to file, to memorize. And now we are asking for ourselves, so has it helped me to set myself on a process? Process of what? Process of becoming aware of his presence.
Remembrance.
So let us come to the practical side now. Even for that moment, we will not bring in Papa Mataji's words. When we try to put it on process, what are the hurdles that we face? Then only we can try to get over that hurdle. The saints or Mahatmas with whom God made us to get in touch with has helped us to a very great extent of the process of setting ourselves towards this goal. But we have to start somewhere, we are still going through their teachings. High time, we stop. I don't say we should stop forever. When we are now, let us try, what sort of process I should undertake to become aware of him. Practical. Totally independent. Because each one's unique is different. If it was possible, whatever we have understood or assimilated, we would have put it in practice. The truth is, we cannot put it into practice. Forget about everything, all Vedanta, something of. Papa said, you chant Ram Nam. Are we in a position to chant Ram Nam with the proper perspective? We have not been able to. How do I do that? That is our question before us. Let us forget about everything now. We have been chanting Ram Nam, but so far we have not been able to feel that it is taking us nearer to the awareness that God is within me and He is making me to become aware of His presence. This is the crux. So leave everything now. We will concentrate on Ram Nam. Nothing else, to be blunt. So far we have been trying that, knowing this, knowing that, knowing this, knowing that, I will be able to move towards this awareness. But each one will know to what extent one has moved. Nobody can evaluate from outside. And therefore, we will now try to set ourselves on a process. Whatever we are every day doing, let us not stop. But something that will make me aware that He is within me and He is making me to talk, making me to think, making me to do. This is what is aimed at. Even when, again I am bringing Papa, that will be he also wants us to rise above all these things. So the Guru himself has given permission to outgrow his teachings. Because otherwise we will get stunted. Not that we did not know Papa's. Many of us have gone through many a times, So many teachings are there fresh in our mind, ever inspiring. All these things are right. We are doing Ram Nam, we have remembered so many of it. But ultimately, are we able to feel His presence within? Somebody may get the answer, yes, once in a way I am getting glimpses. Is that enough? Somebody may say, in spite of that, I still feel He is a concept, not a reality. How to then get over this conceptual present and making it a reality? Think about it, High time. Scriptures, Satsang, saints, rituals, all these things point out only to this aspect, vital aspect. The other day we remembered, again we have to quote because that has become a habit, whether it is negative or positive. So when Papa was asked what is his will now? This question we have to ask ourselves. Then only we know. Then immediately, spontaneously, he could say, Ramdas will go to the carpenter's shed, see everything and come back, sit in the Panchavadi and wait for the mail to come. He is not telling that I am going to do it. What is his will now? No, that was the question. So it gives us a clue. His will now is that we should share this thought with you. So that means we are not trying to arrange a proper environment, We are not making any elaborate arrangement to set the scene, to set the stage. Now and here, It is high time. Preparations have been going on for the past so many decades now. So the time has now arrived. We have to leave the arrow. Pulling throughout the lifetime. We start pulling. When we don't leave, the arrow will not strike the target. So all these, whatever we have done so far, should enable us now to put ourselves on the process of becoming aware of his presence now and here.
For that, we have to constantly bring the fact that he is taking the job, he is making it here.
Each one has to try in their own way, whatever may be the path. That means we are pleading to the indwelling reality. We know that you are there. Bereft of you, I don't exist. The so-called me and mine, the sense of individuality exists only because you are there in the form of life force. You are there in the form of consciousness. You are there in the form of intelligence. Intellectually, I have understood everything. But when I stop thinking about it, when I deal with men and matters, only I am there. And because you are not there, others are there. I interact with others, and God does not come in the picture at all. Now the time has come for us. We have been doing this, So we try to develop a dialogue with him first. It could be one of the methods. Plead, appeal, cry to him. Early in the morning when the mind is fresh, when nobody else is there, we try to talk to him. I have been thinking that I have been doing sadhana. And I always think you are something which I have to attain. So however much I try for the past decades, I have been chanting your name, I have been going through the teachings of my master. I have been trying for satsang, darshan. It gave me some joy, no doubt. Previously, I was satisfied with that joy, but that you, in your unbounded love for me, made me to feel discontented with that, and you are now taking me by hand as it were, and moving towards me. Helping towards me to move towards you. But still, somehow, my old attraction, my old habits of becoming extrovert, that takes me away from you. With the result, you are still a concept in my heart. Why don't you please remove this? When you are behind my every thought, every word, every deed, and when you made us to know through my master that I don't have to prepare any, conducive atmosphere for you to step in, because you are already there. I don't have to bring any prerequisites. All that I want you to make me aware of it. Because bereft of you, I don't exist. Like that, honest, sincere. It is not a prayer somebody gives you and you are repeating it. It is only Control C, Control V. It will not help. It has not helped. Something should be original. No? During the year-end program, somehow on the third or fourth or fifth day, we don't remember, he made suddenly, he brought it out through that book. And that answers everything. Don't put off anything. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have heard this, no. Now and here, I should know that it is his will that these words are coming out through the mouth. It is his will that the eyes are now seeing. It is his will that the ears are hearing. It is his will that we have the experience of sitting and talking. It should zero to this, All other methods we have done with all interest, with all, not for anybody, for our own interest we have done. Not to satisfy anybody, not to make known to anybody. We have all done it for ages now, But somewhere, something, there is a loose connection. We still feel he is away from me, he is a concept, not a reality. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes, Swami. Clear.
So Shravana and Manana, after we have enough Shravana, it starts with Shravana, no doubt. Then we do this contemplation, a reflection. So simple, leave everything, whatever we have heard, what we have studied, we have followed, everything we leave. We are straight away asking this question to him. Why don't you make me aware of your presence now and here? Kindly start thinking. Every day Mataji is slowly making us to remember these words. Every day, those who are in ashram, they get that privilege of getting this now and here being reminded to us. So we can, when we plead before him, you can say, every day I am repeating this word. You know where we are repeating? Huh? On what context? Everybody has forgotten. Every day we read the prayer, adorable presence. Now you take up that adorable presence and go through the every word slowly. What happens in Bhajan God is only repeating, Adorable presence, thou who art, as if in a court, or in a school. How many years now we have been repeating is a wonderful prayer.
Swamiji,
Hmm.
when we say,
Huh?
thou art the eye of our eyes, the ear of our ears, it's a continuous thing that is happening now and here. Correct?
Don't ask for any confirmation from anybody. That means we are not convinced, Unknowingly we are asking this. Not that you should not ask, but in that process what happens is, we feel I'm searching for the prayer. Here it is. Adorable presence, need not repeat. Thou who art within and without, above and below and all around, thou who art interpenetrating the very cells of our being, we may not be very clear. Only a student of science probably may be able to understand that what is interpenetrating. Okay, so again, clarity comes. Thou who art the eye of our eyes, that which is making my eyes to see, the power because of which the eyes see. We are doing some reflection. That which makes my eyes see, but with that eyes I cannot see you. Thou who art the eye of our eyes, the ear of our ears, now we are hearing, What is it that makes my ear to hear these words? The heart of our hearts, how does it pump? Which power is there behind that heartbeat? I can feel my pulse and know that the heart beats. No, I don't need any confirmation from anybody. Suppose I say stop beating, will it stop? No. The mind of our minds, the thinking power. It is not outside, even this very thinking. When we are talking, that is the eye of the eye or the ear of the ear, heart of the heart, it is the thinking process that makes us aware, is it not? God has given us this. So mind of our minds, breath of our breaths. In this prayer, Swamiji Maharaj is bringing out something which we can directly experience. It is not an utopian idea. It is not something, it is very subtle. We cannot see, our own breathing, our own seeing, our own hearing. The breath of our breath. What is it that makes inhaling, exhaling? Later on, he prompted a scientist to tell us that inhaling means the required oxygen goes in, and exhaling means the excess of carbon dioxide goes out to keep the equilibrium, to keep the metabolism going on, to make the life living in throughout my body. Think. The breath of our breath, and finally, the life of our lives. All these put together is called the life force, you know. If the life force is not there, hearing is not there, seeing is not there. What else? Heartbeat will not be there. Therefore, thinking will not be there. Breathing will not be there. So that which triggers, that which motivates, that which initiates all these activities, that power within me, you know, that is addressed as adorable presence. That power is addressed here as adorable presence. What a beautiful word. Most revered, no? We cannot add any more adjective. Adorable, beautiful word. With a heart full of gratitude, the sense of individuality, which is an offshoot of this adorable presence, pleads and recognizes. It is not we are repeating. We are trying to recognize the presence of the whole, presence of the indwelling reality, which is addressed as adorable presence. And the soul of our souls, the sense of individuality is felt, you know, which is a part of that, which is a part of that cosmic reality. The soul of our souls, first soul, no, capital S, second soul is ordinary S. In English, this is the greatest advantage. When you put the capital, it represents for the higher reality. So the soul of our souls, bless us, dear God, to be aware of thy presence now and here. This is all that we ask of thee. So whatever sadhana we have done so far now, so far we have been repeating it, superficial, lip level. It has not had any deep impact, though we must have been repeating it for 20, 30, 40 years. Whenever we come to ashram, we used to do that. Every day during the morning session at the time of Arati, we do that. Initially, okay, it is we repeat, somebody says we repeat. But then one day we started, why Mataji introduced this prayer? She introduced this prayer because every day we are getting connected to the goal which we have to scale. In simple words, no? These are all tangible, palpable aspects. When we say indwelling reality, it is not palpable, no? But seeing, hearing, thinking, breathing, every moment we are experiencing it now. It is not something foreign to us, not a theory to us. So this now and here. Again we will read, adorable presence, thou who art within and without. At the moment we have no idea about this. Above and below and all around, we don't have any idea about this. Thou who art interpenetrating the very cells of our beings. Only a medical student or a doctor or anybody who has had some idea about the physiology, the physical body, they may get this idea. For an ordinary man, it may not. So we will not now bother about that. Now he comes. Thou who art the eye of our eyes. Straight away, na? With no prefix, no suffix, no adjective, no adverb, nothing. Plain. You are the thou who art the eye of my eyes, the seeing principle in me, ear of our ears, the hearing principle in me, the heart of our hearts, the power that is behind the heart, the mind of our minds, the thinking element, the breath of our breaths, that which is constantly motivating to inhale and exhale, the life of our lives, all these put together is called the life force, absence of which none of these function. In the dead body, eyes will not function, ear will not function, thinking will not function, heartbeat is not function, breathing is not functioning. We have seen that in a dead body. So it is not something which we are unaware of. So exclusively we try for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes every day in the morning, preferably fresh in the morning, to dwell upon these aspects. This is the one which is going to make us aware of his presence. Previously, when we were told to remember him, because we had a concept that he is separate from me, there has been no such experience. Now he is within me, he is embedded in me, he is in him, I am there. When this truth is there, when this truth is slowly dawning upon me, is slowly becoming clearer and clearer, it is not separate. And to make it very clear, Papa brought these 2 lines, Because at that day, when the question was raised by devotee or Shuddhanandji, we don't remember. Anyway, the thing is, what is his will now? When he says everything, Papa was telling everything is happening only by his will, immediately the question came, I want to know that will, What is the will now? Immediately Papa said, yes, Ramdas will now go to the carpenter's shed. On those days, in front of our present Srinivas, a new colony, there was a shed. That was the carpenter's shed. We dismantled it only in late 90s. Mataji's pet project of building houses for the homeless. So it is a 365 days work for carpenters, a team of carpenters. They will be, we'll be getting the timber from the local shop, and they will be asked to make door frames, windows, doors, rafters, and so many. On those days, 99 or 10% roofing was not was only tiled roofs. So many things are needed, made of wood. So it is a permanent affair there. 365 days, just like we go to the canteen days, canteen. 365 days they are working, it's not seasonal. Like that, 365 days these carpenters will be working. Ever since we started coming here, we used to see that. Even now, when you go there, you will find the flooring. When we shifted the carpenter shed to outside, near the canteen, present day canteen, because it was blocking Srinivas and New Colony, one side of New Colony. Then we removed it. So Papa says from the bhajan hall, he said, now it is his will that Ramdas will go to the carpenter shed, come back, sit in the Panchavadi, wait for the meal. That is his regular routine. It is not something special. So how he blends the daily routine with his will, it demolishes all our preconceived notion about God's will. Simple word. His daily routine is the will of God. My daily routine is the will of God. Whatever I talk, whatever I think, whatever I do, right from the moment I get up in the morning till we retire to bed, is His will instead of my will. You know? That is there lies our problem. It has been our will. So we have to substitute this. And who is He? He is the interpenetrating cells of our being. He is the eye of our eyes. He is the ear of our ears. He is the heart of our hearts. He is the mind of our minds, the breath of our breaths, the life of our lives, and the soul of our souls. So every day morning we say, even now you are making me to ask this question to you for reasons known to you. Why don't you make it stamped on my heart every moment? Enough is enough. I've been doing so many things for so many decades now. Enough.
Some saints have had shocks in their life, like Mayor Baba or Sri Ramana or Adi Shankara or Papa Matiki. Some special circumstance or event that catapulted them into the higher consciousness. What about that?
He's telling some shock, like in Ramana Maharshi, that fear of death, like that some shock makes them, catapults them. So
We have to pray to Him. Why don't you give us a shock? Otherwise I will not get up from my... You made me to hear that many people got a shock and the revealment came and got stamped in their heart. If you think in the normal course I am not eligible for that, you give me a shock, I am prepared.
Swamiji, exactly the same thoughts came to me not now 2 days before. I think Guru Nanak Maharaj was thrown a stone on his head and then he got revelation suddenly. Where I think so. So why not somebody else?
We have not asked, we have not asked that prayer. Duli Baba was telling, you know about Duli Baba,
Yes.
who used to come here. Duli Baba, when he came for the first time, we asked his assistants to tell us about something about Duli Baba, so that at that time we have to give something for the vision about his visit. Because he was coming for the first time, nobody knows. And he does not talk English, so he was talking in Tamil. But we were reluctant to go and ask him. Later on we knew he is very, very, very simple person. But then we asked his assistant to come to office. At that time we were spending a lot of time in the ashram, office only. So there we made him to sit and ask all these questions. And they told us and we wrote. Again we were hesitant because it is a second-hand version, no? So we typed it out and then translated into Tamil. We had no time. So Baba was leaving by the noon Madras mail. So we also went to the station with him. And he was sitting on the cement bench. Then I told him, we have got these details. I don't know whether I have presented it truly before it goes to our monthly magazine. I will read it out. You tell me whether it is all right. whether I have heard it properly, whether. Yes, why you read. So in that, he said, it is mentioned that during his formative years, when he went to Pandarpur, he, just like, that's why we remember this shock is a penetrating shock. Lot of concepts about God his father has given. He was trying to make it intense. So when he was led to the Pandarpur, and in Pandarpur there is one unique privilege. You can go to the deity, Murti, straight, and you can touch. So he said he went there and then started banging his head on the stone feet, And what was he telling, Unless you make me aware of your presence, I am not going to leave. Let the body go. That was the intensity. And then what happened? Blood started coming, Suddenly, he felt it is not from the hard, stony background. He started feeling it's full of soft. Then previously it was very hard, now it is soft. And then he was directed to go see outside. This side he is doing it outside. Then he saw one person calling him. He went there. And from there that person took him to so many pilgrim centers, and then they were traveling to the south. The story goes. And in somewhere near Andhra, this particular person who was taking care of him, leading him, guiding him, he went out to the station to buy something. It was the time for the train to leave. He did not turn up. So Baba became upset. But the train is moving. He cannot do anything. You don't know his name also, in spite of being with him. So then he was crying. Then as the train was moving, she saw the same face in the sky there. Don't worry, I am here. I am with you. I have been with you. I am with you. So now why we remember, when we say shock, it is not we are simply telling by words. We mean it, that it comes out in some form. So in his case, he said, unless you give me this, I am not going to leave you. And he was not that, he was doing it in velvet. He was banging his wood. So we asked him, Swami, he smiled and said, yes, that is what had happened. And then he is with me, he is with him. So the awareness of his presence within, it got triggered, The damp wood and the fire, it will not catch. But if dry wood and the fire, it will catch. So he made it dry. So we are also now praying, why don't you give us some clues for me to become a dry wood so that your fire will catch me and make me aware that you are you have been with me, you are with me, you have been with me, and you are now with me. All our spiritual disciplines so far done should ultimately now zero to this. That is why Mataji wanted us to read this every day. One day, I will take it seriously. Adorable presence, that word is so beautiful, I cannot express in any way all that you have done for me all these years. Because I did not know you, I did not remember you, I did not worship you, I did not give anything to you. I have been ignoring you. At times I used to deny you. Still you did not leave me. With all my limitations, you still continue to live in me and guide me. And so, this adorable presence. Thou who art within and without, above and below, and all around, thou who art interpenetrating the very cells of our beings. To some extent we can understand this, yes. Because if the blood circulation is not there, we will not be able to know, no? Now this hand is moving, head is moving, leg is moving, all because, the blood circulates. So blood circulation helps us for the power to interpenetrate. That is why all these things become lively. In a dead body, nothing is lively. So thou who art interpenetrating the very cells of our beings, thou who art the eye of our eyes, ear of our ears, heart of our hearts, mind of our minds, breath of our breaths, life of our lives, soul of our souls. Dear God, bless us to be aware of thy presence now and here. This is all that we ask of thee. So the transition from the concept to the reality. All these years we have developed beautiful concepts about Guru, God, everything. It used to give us a lot of joy, thrill. Perfectly all right. But now the time has come to know that He is within me and has been with me, about which that truth I have to realize I did not know that. I was satisfied with this. Now out of His love for me, He is again making me don't feel satisfied. What is that quotation? Discontentment. You should feel content in the place in which He has placed you, but you should feel discontent.
We should not be discontented with the situations in which He places us.
Wait, slowly, everybody has to hear.
We should not be discontented.
Huh?
We should not be discontented.
We should not feel discontented with the situation in which
He places us.
He makes us.
He places.
He places us.
But discontent
There should be
for not having
progress
sufficiently on the path
and attain the vision of God. Again, the vision we think, we are separate from that. All these words, because we did not go deep into it. We have never applied our mind so far. Darshan, vision, darshan, remembrance, surrender, grace, all these are synonyms. So, His remembrance. The remembrance that these words are coming now, the hand is moving, the sound comes out, the mouth is opening, all because of His presence within the sense of individuality called me. So I should always feel discontent for not having sufficiently progressed in the path to feel this is my ultimate aim. Whatever you have placed me, that I should feel content. Okay, there is no discontentment. But now the discontent should be there for not having sufficiently progressed in making me aware of the fact that he is with me, he has been with me. So it boils down to this particular vital aspect. It is for this we are chanting Ram Nam. It is for this we are going to temple. It is for this we are meeting, we are having the darshan of saints. It is for this purpose we are doing Swadhyay. It is for this purpose we are trying to go through the words of masters and scriptures. It is for this purpose we are chanting Ram Nam, Bhajan. It is for this purpose we have come to Anandashram. It is for this purpose we keep on going to various spiritual institutions. All of them, all the other things we are doing except this. So now he is pointing out, okay, enough is enough. Turn to your own and then start practicing it. So let this prayer well up in our heart. Again, suppose we borrow the words of Swami Omkarji Maharaj, it might slip into a ritual later. He drafted this because that was the way in which he put it. He coined that adorable presence as Om. And he was repeating Om, 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 Om. When he was 16 years of age, he went to the Himalayas. And nothing else, he did not join like Papa, he also did not join any institution, he did not go to any gurus. He was straight away, like Ramana Bhagavan, straight away he plunged into that process. Everybody started calling him Omkarji. So this pulsating, motivating, activating force in us, which he named it as that adorable presence. So it was his own, The prayer came, the prayer must have come out from his own. So he was not borrowing any words. So let us not borrow any words. In Papa's words, again, we are habituated to quote this. However great he may be, these are the words Papa used. So we draft our own words and approach him in our own way. It becomes original, We are not borrowing the words of anyone. We try it, we have only two now, me and him. So we try to frame our prayer in the way in which he has so far fed us. And then intensely pray. And the saints are the proofs that their prayer has been heard. Otherwise, how will we know? Papa prayed, where is rest, where is peace? Trust me. Despair not, trust me. That is how he heard it. So, we have evidence. We are not in the dark. There are proofs that such a prayer has been heard. Good. This is very, 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 very thought-provoking, and we hope, we pray to him. You have given these thoughts to us now. Kindly enable us to live up to it, please. By ourselves, it was possible we would have done it before, because we earnestly, ardently, we want this. But somehow, in the midst of various other preoccupations, unknowingly this would have got diluted. So now you have chosen to draw our attention intently only, and you are pushing us to that process. Kindly ensure success by way of feeling your presence now and here. Hari Om. More about it on Monday. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om